welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. Man, the Pelicans are rolling. Pelicans are rolling right now. They beat the Phoenix Suns today, 129-124 in overtime. Just a good game by everybody involved. Zion showed up per usual. CJ McCollum closed the game out really well. He had a really good game. Trey Murphy played well. Dyson Daniels looked fantastic out there. He's definitely deserved some more minutes, even when Herb Jones and Brandon Ingram comes back. The bench balled per usual. Larry Nance went off. Najee Marshall went off, man. And this little rivalry is brewing, with the Phoenix Suns. But like CJ said after the game, it doesn't matter until we're competitive in the playoffs. And I 100% agree with him, man. This little regular season rivalry, little beef they got going on, it's cool and all. But if they're not competitive in the playoffs, none of this is going to matter, in the long run. But let's talk about this game just a little bit, man. And I'm starting off with no other than Zion Williamson. 42 minutes he played, including overtime, 14 for 21 from the field. That's actually a bad night shooting for him. While he only shot 66% from the field, bad for him. 2 for 3 from the three-point line. That's excellent to see right there. Made his first 2 3-pointers. 5 for 7 from the free throw line. That's okay. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Had 5 turnovers, but you live with it. They were double teaming him, triple teaming him, trapping him. So you live with those turnovers because he's making plays out there. A team high plus 16 when he was on the court. And, of course, 35 points. Absolutely insane game from him. We'll talk about him a little later. Val didn't really play too much. Was in foul trouble this game. Only played 18 minutes. 2 for 4 from the field. Still 8 points, 10 rebounds in 18 minutes. You'll take it. CJ McCollum. 13 for 24 from the field, made 3 for 10 from the three-point line, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, closed the game out strong, absolutely fantastic. Dyson Daniels, 11 points, 8 assists, 36 minutes, 4 for 7 from the field, made some big plays on the defensive end. He's long, he's lanky. Honestly, it's crazy because I kind of compare him to Lonzo Ball. He's kind of got some Lonzo Ball-ish things in him. The instincts on defense for sure. He's definitely more aggressive. Seems to be more engaged than Lonzo Ball, but I can see the traits of him and Lonzo. See, they're kind of similar players. Dyson Daniels, a lot of potential, man. He's going to be a really good player. It's a nice pick for the Pelicans. On the bench, Larry Nance, 6 for 7, made both his free throws. Was absolutely fantastic on the defensive side of the ball. 15.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. You can't be better. And 6 for 7 from the field. Come on now. And then Najee Marshall. Najee came up big as well. 6 for 8 from the field. 4 for 5 from the free throw line. 16 points. Absolutely fantastic, man. He helped close that game out as well. This team is rolling right now. This team is rolling without Herb Jones, without Brandon Ingram. They're really, playing 7 to 8 guys real minutes right now. 7 to 8 guys are really getting, some minutes. When Brandon Ingram comes back and Herb Jones, man, that nine-man rotation with, Zion, Val, McCollum, Murphy, Daniels, B.I., Herb, Nance, Marshall, Alvarado, they can go 10 deep, and you still can play Devontae Graham if you want to, Willie Hernan Gomez if you want to, Jackson Hayes if you want to. Like, they have some potential. They have some guys, man. This team is very deep. I wish I could show highlights, of the game and stuff like that, but NBA probably going to copyright strike me and take the channel down. The NBA doesn't play about their highlights. They're selfish with that. They copyright, man. They blocked one of my shorts. 10-second video, they blocked that. So, unfortunately, no video when we're talking basketball. For now, I'll think of something to, put in the background for y'all guys. But at this moment, can't do any video because someone did ask about that. Unfortunately, with basketball, NBA, yeah, they don't let that happen. But, man, I do want to talk about Zion Williamson. Hey, it's not too early. It's definitely not too early to start talking some awards. This man is in the MVP race. He is definitely in the MVP race. His numbers right now, they're on MVP-ish, but we're number 1 in the West. He's averaging 24.5 points a game. That's 15th in the league, 7.2 rebounds, and 4.3 assists. Now, you look at those numbers, say that's not no MVP numbers, but those numbers are only going to rise. Early in the season, he was a little rusty, didn't play basketball, for a full season. Those numbers are only going to rise, and he's getting better and better and better. I'm just going to pull up his game log, and we go to his recent games, man. He hasn't played a bad game in I don't know how long. It's been a long time since he's played a bad game. I don't think he has a bad game this month or last month. Like, he's playing that well. I'll just go from start today, 35, 8, and 3. Before that, Friday, 35, 7, and 4 against Detroit, 29, 10, and 5 against Denver, 25, 6, and 4 against San Antonio, 30, 15, and 8 against Toronto, 33, 10, and 5 against OKC, 23, 8, and 8. All of those are wins, by the way. All of those are wins. That goes back to November 28th. The only loss, and maybe you can claim his bad game for the this stretch, was against Memphis. He was 6 for 12 from the field, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. That's his worst game. Then against the Spurs again, 14 from 18 from the field, 32 points, 11 rebounds. The guy's playing amazing. Against Golden State, he had 9, 2, and 4, but he played 20 minutes. They beat him by like 50. That's when Golden State rested all their players. Then against Houston, he had 26, 6, and 4. This guy's balling right now. He's on the tear. Nobody in the NBA wants to guard Zion. Nobody in the NBA can guard Zion. You definitely can't guard him one-on-one. They're sending double teams at him. They're trapping him. Phoenix was in the 2-3 zone, the 3-2 zone. They were doing everything possible to stop Zion, and you just can't. You just can't. You put Ayton on him, he's too slow. You put Torrey Craig on him, he's too small. No one's going to just keep taking those bumps from Zion. It's just, no one's going to do that. No one's built for that. So I definitely think he's going to enter his name in this MVP race soon, man. Obviously they got Luka's there, Jason Tatum's there. Then you got the normal names, Giannis, Embiid, Jokic. All those guys are going to be up there. But Zion's definitely top 10 in my opinion in that race right now. He's lower 5 through 10 right now just because the season didn't start off so great. But being number 1 in the West, that's definitely going to play a part of it if that happens. If the Pelicans happen to finish number 1 in the West, they're definitely going to take that into consideration because they usually give it to the best player on the best team. That's kind of how these things go. So Zion's definitely looking at that, man. He's probably going to make an All-NBA team. It's going to be tough to make first team All-NBA just because that forward spot is it's some heavy hitters, man. You got the KDs, Giannis. Like it's going to be tough to make first team All-NBA, but he's playing that well. He's definitely going to be on the All-NBA team this year. First or second team, All-Star, all that good jazz. He's going to get every accolade possible. He's probably going to win Most Improved Player as well. I think him and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are the top 2 guys for Most Improved. Like he has a chance to win Most Improved and MVP. I remember Luka had a chance for that, I think last year or 2 years ago. So Zion, he's playing fantastic, man. One of the best players in the NBA. And obviously this isn't a shock to anyone. All those fat jokes people made, they were funny. They were funny until your team has to guard them. It's not funny when your team's sending 4 guys at them trying to guard them, right? So super excited for the Pelicans, man. Excited for New Orleans because we need this. Hey, we're Sports City. We're Sports City. We need this, man, because that other team in New Orleans, they ain't worth a damn right now. Don't even want to think about that. They're not playing today, so we're just not going to think about that. But the Pelicans, number 1 in the West. Number 1 in the West. Memphis is number 2. Denver is number 3. Phoenix is number 4. Sacramento 5. Portland 6. None of this matters. The Lakers, they're in the 13th spot right now. That matters because, we own that Lakers pick, have that pick swap. So, if they want to give us a top 5 pick, we'll surely take it. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Pelicans on a 7-game win streak. If you watch my videos on the Pelicans about a couple weeks ago, I said mark this stretch down. They have to mark this stretch down, on the calendar because they had 2 games against Phoenix, 2 games against the Jazz, and then they play Phoenix again. That 5-game stretch was going to be very, very important, and then Milwaukee after that. That's a very, very tough 6-game stretch. And they start off with 2 wins. They beat Phoenix at home, then they beat Phoenix at home again. Now they have to play 2 road games at Utah. Still don't know why the scheduling is like that. Then they have a road game against Phoenix. Another 3 important games. The Jazz aren't playing as well as they were when I first made that video. They're still a dangerous team. They got some good players over there. They're playing hard. 2 road games in Utah. That's just going to be tough. So definitely looking forward to those games next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Then on the road in Phoenix, they get Phoenix again. That's going to be a good one. I know Phoenix is going to want to win that game after getting swept in this home series by the Pelicans. So I'll definitely be tuned in. That's all, man. Pelicans are rolling. They're moving in the right direction. Number 1 in the West. Zion's in MVP talks. Could you not be more proud of this team? That's all I got on the Pelicans, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, this is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.